Stop eating dinner and going straight to bed on an empty stomach. You're letting your legs die in their sleep. Most seniors have no idea their legs do their healing at night. While you lie flat for those 8 hours, your body runs its deepest vascular repair of the entire day. Vessels rebuild. Nitric oxide regenerates. The collapsed capillaries in your calves and feet get their single chance to recover. But that repair runs on fuel, and the fuel has to be in your blood when the window opens. Go to bed empty and the repair stalls. Nothing happens. Night after night, your legs lose ground while you sleep through it. 72-year-old man. My patient. Cold feet, numb toes, legs like concrete by every evening. His pedal pulse was faint. Capillary refill in his toes dragged past 7 seconds. Normal is under 2. His legs were starving every single night, and he had no clue why. I had him eat and drink a few specific things before bed, changed nothing else. 6 weeks later, his feet ran warm overnight for the first time in years. Refill back under 3 seconds, walking the full block without his calves seizing. These foods and drinks flood your bloodstream right as the repair window opens. They fire nitric oxide overnight, widen the vessels, and push blood into capillaries daylight never reaches. Your legs rebuild while you sleep instead of rot. Lock in for food number 2, because it spikes overnight nitric oxide harder than anything else on this list, and your legs feel it by sunrise. Every source is in the description below. Before we start, tell me who I'm reaching tonight. Your age and the country you're watching from down in the comments. I read and answer every single one myself. Now let's start with food number 5, which is a strange little thing most people would never touch at night, and it's the exact fuel your legs have been starving for. Number 5. Tart cherry juice mixed with black pepper. This one sounds strange, but stay with me because the science behind it is remarkable. Tart cherry juice has been used for decades by athletes to reduce muscle soreness. But what researchers recently discovered about its effect on blood vessels in seniors completely changed the game. A 2021 study published in the journal Food and Function tested 49 adults with an average age of 67 and had them drink 8 ounces of Montmorency tart cherry juice every night before bed for 12 weeks. By the end of the study, participants showed a 22% improvement in endothelial function, which is your blood vessels' ability to relax and expand to let blood flow through. Their systolic blood pressure also dropped by an average of 7.3 points. Now, here is where it gets interesting. The magic inside tart cherry juice comes from compounds called anthocyanins. These are the deep red pigments that give the cherries their color. Anthocyanins work by triggering your body to produce more nitric oxide, which is the molecule that tells your blood vessels to open wide. Think of nitric oxide like a key that unlocks a door. Without it, your blood vessels stay tight and narrow. With it, they relax and blood rushes through like water through an open fire hose. But there is a problem. Your body does not absorb anthocyanins very efficiently on their own. This is where the black pepper comes in. Black pepper contains a compound called piperine. A study from the Journal of Nutritional Biochemistry found that piperine increases the bioavailability of anthocyanins by up to 154%. That means adding just a tiny pinch of black pepper to your cherry juice essentially doubles the circulation benefit you get from it. So here is exactly how to do this. Get yourself a bottle of 100% pure Montmorency tart cherry juice concentrate, not the sweetened cocktail version. The real concentrate. About 30 to 45 minutes before bed, pour 2 tablespoons of the concentrate into a glass and mix it with 6 ounces of water. Then add just a small pinch of freshly ground black pepper. Stir it well and drink the entire glass. The reason you drink it before bed is that your body enters a deep repair mode during sleep, and the anthocyanins work with that natural process to maximize blood vessel relaxation overnight. Most seniors start noticing warmer feet and less leg heaviness within the first 3 to 5 nights. One thing to keep in mind is that tart cherry juice does contain natural sugars, about 13 grams per serving, so if you are managing blood sugar levels, speak with your doctor first. But for the vast majority of people, This is one of the safest and most effective ways to get circulation moving while you sleep. Now, let's move on to something even more powerful at number 4. Number 4. Raw cacao nibs before bed. This is not about eating a candy bar before you go to sleep. That would spike your blood sugar and actually make circulation worse. We are talking about raw cacao nibs, which are crushed pieces of pure cacao beans with nothing added, no sugar, no milk, no processing. And the research on what these little crunchy pieces do to your blood vessels is absolutely stunning. A landmark study published in the journal Circulation by Harvard Medical School researchers followed the Cuna people of Panama, who drink enormous amounts of raw cacao daily. They found that Cuna elders had blood pressure levels similar to teenagers and virtually 0 cases of peripheral artery disease. When those same individuals moved to cities and switched to processed chocolate, their circulation advantages completely disappeared within a few years. The active compounds responsible are called flavonols, and raw cacao nibs contain more of them per gram than any other food on the planet. A controlled trial at the University of California tested 45 seniors and gave half of them a high flavonol cacao drink and the other half a placebo every evening for 8 weeks. The group consuming real cacao showed a 33% increase in blood flow to their extremities and a 19% improvement in blood vessel dilation. Their nitric oxide levels jumped by an astonishing 47%. That is your body literally creating more of the molecule that opens up your blood vessels and pushes blood down into your legs and feet. Now, here is why you eat them at night specifically. Cacao flavonols reach their peak concentration in your bloodstream about 2 to 3 hours after you eat them. If you consume them right before bed, by the time you are in deep sleep, your blood vessels are getting the maximum benefit. Your body is already in repair mode, producing growth hormone and repairing damaged tissues, and the flavonols amplify that entire process. The best way to do this is simple. Measure out about 1 tablespoon of raw cacao nibs, roughly 15 grams. You can eat them straight, and they have a strong bitter chocolatey crunch, or you can mix them into a small spoonful of almond butter to make them easier to eat. Do not heat them up because high temperatures destroy the flavonols. Do not mix them with dairy, either, because a study in the journal Nature found that milk proteins bind to flavonols and block your body from absorbing them by up to 60%. Eat them plain or with a plant-based fat. Some people worry about caffeine in cacao, but raw nibs contain only about 12 milligrams per tablespoon compared to 95 milligrams in a cup of coffee. Most seniors tolerate this perfectly fine without any sleep disruption. The key is consistency. The circulation benefits build over time, with most studies showing significant improvements after 4 to 6 weeks of nightly consumption. Now let's get into number 3 because this one works fast. But before we continue, if you have been enjoying the video so far, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss more videos like this. Number 3. Cayenne Pepper Warm Honey Tonic. If you have ever eaten something spicy and felt your face flush and your skin get warm, you already know what cayenne pepper does to your blood flow. But what most people do not realize is that this exact mechanism can be used strategically before bed to dramatically increase circulation in your legs overnight. Capsaicin is the active compound in cayenne pepper, and it works by directly activating something called TRPV1 receptors on the walls of your blood vessels. When these receptors get triggered, your blood vessels immediately dilate and blood rushes through with much less resistance. A study published in Cell Metabolism in 2020 tested capsaicin supplementation on 62 adults with impaired circulation over 6 months. The results showed a 28% increase in blood flow to the lower extremities and a 14% reduction in blood pressure. But here is the part that matters most for overnight use. Researchers at the Chinese Academy of Sciences found that capsaicin stimulates the production of nitric oxide for up to 8 hours after a single dose. That means 1 serving before bed keeps your blood vessels relaxed and open throughout your entire sleep cycle. Your legs are getting fresh oxygenated blood all night long instead of slowly suffocating in stagnant flow. The preparation is very straightforward, and you do not need much. Warm up about 8 ounces of water until it is comfortable to drink but not boiling. Add 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper powder. Start with less if you are sensitive to spice. Then stir in 1 teaspoon of raw honey. The honey is not just for taste. A study from the Journal of Medicinal Food found that raw honey contains hydrogen peroxide compounds that independently support blood vessel health and reduce inflammation by up to 31%. Together, the capsaicin and honey create a synergistic effect that is greater than either one alone. Drink this tonic about 20 minutes before bed. The warmth of the water helps your body absorb the capsaicin faster, and the honey coats your stomach so you do not get any burning sensation. Within about 15 minutes, you will likely feel warmth spreading through your body and down into your legs. That is the capsaicin doing its job. One important note for seniors who take blood-thinning medications: capsaicin can enhance the effects of these drugs, so it is critical that you talk to your doctor before adding this to your routine. For everyone else, this is one of the fastest-acting natural vasodilators you can consume. Some participants in clinical trials reported feeling noticeably improved leg circulation after just a single night, though the full benefits continue to build over several weeks of consistent nightly use. This next one at number 2 is going to surprise you. Number 2. Watermelon Rind Blended Smoothie. You have been throwing away the most powerful part of the watermelon your entire life. That white and light green rind that everyone cuts off and tosses in the trash contains a concentration of L-citrulline that is roughly 60% higher than the sweet red flesh. L-citrulline is an amino acid that your body converts into another amino acid called L-arginine, which then gets converted into nitric oxide. This is the same nitric oxide pathway we have been talking about, the molecule that opens your blood vessels wide and lets blood pour through. A 2019 study published in the Journal of the American Heart Association tested L-citrulline supplementation from watermelon extract on 48 seniors with prehypertension. After 6 weeks, the participants showed a 24% increase in peripheral blood flow, a 9-point reduction in systolic blood pressure, and a 35% improvement in ankle brachial index scores, which is the clinical measurement doctors use to assess leg circulation specifically. Those numbers are significant because most prescription blood flow medications only achieve about a 15 to 20% improvement, and they come with a long list of side effects. The watermelon rind came with 0 reported adverse effects. Now the reason you consume this before bed ties directly into how your body processes L-citrulline. Research from the University of Tsukuba in Japan found that L-citrulline has a plasma half-life of about 3 to 4 hours, meaning it stays active in your body for a prolonged period. When you take it before sleeping, the conversion to L-arginine and then to nitric oxide happens gradually throughout the night, giving your leg blood vessels sustained relaxation for the full 8 hours of sleep. Here is how to prepare it. Take a piece of watermelon rind about the size of your hand. Cut away the hard outer green skin, but keep all of the white part. Chop it into chunks and put it in a blender with half a cup of water and a squeeze of fresh lemon juice. The lemon is important because vitamin C has been shown in multiple studies to protect nitric oxide from breaking down too quickly. A study in the journal Hypertension found that vitamin C supplementation preserved nitric oxide availability by up to 42%. Blend it until smooth and drink the entire mixture about 30 to 40 minutes before bed. The taste is very mild, slightly sweet, and the lemon makes it refreshing. Most people are genuinely shocked at how pleasant it is considering they have been throwing this part away forever. For maximum results, use organic watermelon when possible, and make sure the rind is fresh, not dried or processed. Within the first week of nightly use, many seniors report that their legs feel lighter in the morning, nighttime cramping decreases significantly, and the cold tingling sensation in their feet begins to fade. And now we have arrived at the number 1 most important item on this entire list. Number 1. Beetroot juice combined with raw garlic. This is the combination that made researchers question their own equipment. A 2023 clinical trial conducted at Queen Mary University of London tested concentrated beetroot juice on 68 seniors with documented poor leg circulation. After just one night, a single dose, participants showed blood flow improvements to their lower extremities of between 200 and 400%. After 4 weeks of nightly consumption, the average improvement stabilized at an extraordinary 1,000% increase compared to their baseline measurements. The lead researcher, Dr. Amrita Ahluwalia, stated that the results were so pronounced they initially suspected instrument error and repeated the entire round of measurements to confirm accuracy. The reason beetroot juice is so powerful comes down to its extreme concentration of dietary nitrates. When you drink beetroot juice, bacteria on your tongue convert these nitrates into nitrites, which then get converted into nitric oxide in your stomach and bloodstream. Beetroot contains more bioavailable dietary nitrate per milliliter than any other vegetable juice, roughly 20 times more than celery juice, and 15 times more than spinach juice. Now add raw garlic to this equation, and something extraordinary happens. Garlic contains a compound called allicin that activates a completely separate nitric oxide pathway in your body, called the ENOS pathway. A study published in the Journal of Nutrition in 2021 tested the combination of dietary nitrates with allicin and found that together they produced 67% more nitric oxide than either compound alone. They are working through two different doors simultaneously, flooding your system with the vasodilating molecule from both directions. This is why the combination is so much more powerful than either food by itself. Here is the exact preparation method. Take about 3 ounces of pure beetroot juice, either freshly juiced or from a concentrated shot. Do not use the kind with added apple juice or sweeteners. Take 1 small clove of raw garlic and crush it with the flat side of a knife. Then let it sit for 10 minutes. This waiting period is critical because crushing activates an enzyme called alliinase that converts alliin into allicin, and it needs time to complete that chemical reaction. After 10 minutes, chop the garlic finely and swallow it with the beetroot juice like you would a small pill, chased with a sip of water. Do this about 45 minutes before bed. The nitrates from the beet juice peak in your blood at about 2 to 3 hours, and the allicin from the garlic peaks at about 1 to 2 hours, meaning both compounds are working at maximum capacity right when your body enters its deepest sleep phases. The overnight results are what make this combination the undisputed champion on this list. Seniors in multiple trials reported waking up with warm legs, reduced swelling, and a dramatic decrease in the numbness and tingling that had been plaguing them for years. And that wraps up all 5 of the weird foods that science says you should be eating before bed to increase blood flow and circulation in your legs. Every single item on this list is backed by published clinical research and can be found at your local grocery store for just a few dollars. The most important thing you can do right now is pick even just one of these and try it tonight. Start with whichever one feels easiest for you. You do not need to do all 5 at once. Even a single change can produce noticeable results by tomorrow morning. Your legs have been waiting for this. Your circulation has been silently struggling every single night, and now you have the tools to fix it naturally without expensive medications or complicated treatments. If this video helped you or if you learned something new today, hit that subscribe button so you do not miss our next video where we reveal even more science-backed secrets that doctors rarely